mental health and meditation. My legs are, I got lotion on my legs, so they're not gonna stay like that. Mental health, I want to say mental health and meditation like PTSD, because that's kind of like what I'm contending with. But I was watching somebody else's vlog the other day, and they were contending with PTSD. Hey girl, if you're watching. I don't want to say that like meditation is going to be a cure-all, that it's going to heal you or something like this. This will probably be a two-part vlog, but meditation has some beneficial aspects in terms of mental health. But I don't want to set the idea that like that I am like some sort of spiritual leader, that I you know, fuck gurus, don't go anywhere near gurus, stay away from gurus, right? You know, I don't, as a Buddhist, I don't even identify Buddhism as being spiritual. Buddhism is not spiritual to me. It is to many, many Buddhists, right? So I don't typically say something like that to me, but to me, Buddhism is something very much pragmatic. But in this situation, I'm going to take the Buddhism out of meditation. So you don't have to deal with bells and gongs and bowing and chanting and beads and all this sort of stuff. I'm just giving you the straight up meditation techniques so that you can do it kind of like in your own home, completely unreligious. One of the beneficial things about meditation, that if you do it effectively, it gives you some energy. And the reason why it gives you some energy, some level of contentment, and I think that's important too in relation to mental health. Like I think having experiential understanding of contentment is important in mental health. Like you'll get Zen teachers who tell you, well, if you're looking to experience something in meditation, you're in the wrong track, that's hopeless. Okay, that's Buddhism, right? That's Zen. Okay, no problem. But people do experience a level of bliss or contentment in meditation, and it's very pragmatic, but it's also very pragmatically very useful. You know, you need to like reboot your CPU to get you to understand what a level of contentment is. Again, I haven't been meditating very much since I came off about a year and a half ago due to PTSD. And I've been adverse to it because you become very emotional and raw doing this. But I don't know that there's anything wrong in that, right? One of the beneficial things about meditating is that you have to do your own psychoanalysis, right? So you have to sit there and you have to churn through your own mental garbage. You have to do your own mental housekeeping, right? To get to a tidy space sort of in your brain where you can experience that kind of like level of contentment. And attempting to try and experience that level of contentment is going the wrong way about it. You know, when you sit down and meditate, don't sit down and meditate to experience a level of contentment. Sit down and meditate because that's what you should do. Not because you're necessarily looking to gain something out of it. You know, it's a very, like, sitting in meditation very much is very much an act of not seeking and letting go of things. You know, so like a thought would come about being raped or something, and it just comes and it goes, right? You know, like all things in life, you know, things come and they go, they come and they go, and you just acknowledge it, right? This is just part of existence. But one of the aspects to it is that, like, I think the process of doing this mental housekeeping In the process of doing this practice, what happens is that you change your brain. Your brain becomes more, I think you change the physiology of your brain, in that you change, you generate proper pathways. So for example, you have this thing where you never stand up for yourself, right? And you're doing this mental housekeeping, and you're like, why didn't I stand up for myself? Why didn't I stand up for myself? Why didn't I stand up for myself? And at some point, you're kind of like, you know what, next time I am going to stand up for myself. And so the next time comes around, and you do it, and you're like, I experienced that. I stood up for myself. I said it like it was, right? And I benefited from it. Even if there was some pushback, I benefited from it, from standing up and just saying it like it is. You know, I pushed back, right? And you gain some confidence, and then maybe you do that again next month when somebody else is coming for you. And you get in the habit of standing up for yourself, and you change this pathway in your brain, right? Where it's like, when somebody comes and they give you a shove, right? You turn around and you go, what's the deal? You know, do that again, you're going to be sorry. Right? But it takes a while to get there, because you have to cultivate, you know, that pathway in your brain. It's kind of like if you could get a mouse to meditate, when they have rats or mice or something that keeps going for the drug in the cage in the psychological experiment, you know, and they'll keep doing it in not even drinking or eating, and they'll just keep going back for the drug and going back for the drug, right? If you could get that mouse to come sit to the side and meditate, you know, then maybe they would, you know, over the course of like a year, they might figure it out. There's some Buddhist sects like Vipassana, where they focus a lot on like drug addiction and gambling. Some issues that they have a lot in India. The leader is Indian. My time is running out. So that is the next vlog. I'll show you how to do seated meditation and talk about posture and stuff.